Hey y'all, Mary Ann Pack. Today we're going to continue our study and review of the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And I wanted to touch on a few more things in chapter 2 before we move on to chapter 3. And I wanted to encourage you because sometimes we get in that rut of thinking I'm just stuck in poverty, or I always have bad luck, or I always have misfortunes. I never get my opportunities, that my ship never comes in. Well, every great and successful person has come from a place of struggle. This is the human plight. Because the thing is, those struggles and those events are given to us by the universe, by God, by whatever, to help us to learn that we can turn those adversities around to assets. And that's whether we choose to do that. It's our decision whether we look for seeds of opportunity in the same value as the amount of struggle we've come through. And if you're here today, you've actually had a 100% score rate of succeeding through your struggles because you're here today. So that's a pretty good record. And I just wanted to tell you, I'm in the same position, and I'll tell you a little story about our struggles because it might resonate with you, and you can realize you can have the faith and belief that you too can overcome and snag opportunities and make those things come into your reality that you've dreamed about. When Randy and I started dating, he was working in the corporate world and everything was clicking along just fine. And then shortly after we started dating, he lost his job. They just called one morning and said, "We no longer need your services." Well, he thought, it wouldn't be very long and he would have a position because he's never not worked. He's always been in demand, and there just was nothing. And we had a void in his employment for 27 months. And I only worked part-time. So talk about struggle. It got to the point where we moved out of his home that he built 30 years ago. Because it was a large 2-story home and we just couldn't afford it. So he owned a cottage, we renovated it, moved in there, and we have been living here in this cottage. It's only 576 square feet. So we have cut back dramatically on our expenses, on our living, just to survive. So don't think you're the only one who is struggling. We have decided to maintain this lifestyle for a while so that as we work in this new position, this new business, this network marketing, that we can realize our dreams a little quicker because we have cut back on our expenses. And our goal, of course, is to bring Randy home from the job that he did get. This past February, he got a sales position. And it's long hours, though. It's 12 hours, 5 and 6 days a week. And so that's a lot of time for him to be gone away from me and away from his son that lives with us. And that's not conducive to family life and family visiting and our business that we're wanting to pursue. So our goal is, of course, first to take care of our financial needs as we grow in our business, and then bring him home, replace the salary that he has, and be able to bring him home so we can work this business together. We're still newlyweds. We've not even been married 2 years. And it's time for us to be able to spend some time together and travel and do some of the things we want to pursue. And then once our needs are met, then we can begin to look outward and find some other places that we want to give time and money to, and some of those passions that we have about educating others and taking care of charity needs and things like that we are looking forward to. But I just wanted to encourage you, because everybody goes through a depressed time, financially or emotionally or physically, or whatever the case may be. Your heart may be just bleeding because it's just so crushed, and you think there's just no way to climb out of that. But there is. And that's where your faith and belief comes in. Um, I just wanted to encourage you that everybody starts in a bad place. Everybody starts from a struggle, and that's just the way it is. Um, I'm going to just read some notes here to myself because I want to be sure and touch on everything before we. Um, I like this one quote that Napoleon Hill states. He says, "There's a difference between wishing for a thing and being ready to receive it. No one is ready for a thing until he believes he can acquire it. The state of mind must be belief, not mere hope or wish. Open-mindedness is essential for belief. Closed minds do not inspire faith, courage, and belief." So, then he goes on to say, "Remember, no more effort is required to aim high in life, to demand abundance and prosperity, than is required to accept misery and poverty." And it's our thoughts, definitely, and our thoughts and feelings combined, that where is our dominating thoughts? Is our thoughts, "Oh my gosh, I can't make this bill. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I can't make the house payment. Oh my gosh, the electric bill is due, and where am I going to get that money from? It's just not coming in fast enough. I have such bad luck." If those are your dominating thoughts, and when you think about how you feel when you're thinking those thoughts, you're just churning inside. Your stomach is upset. You have knots in your chest. You have a lump in your throat because of the tension. Well, the universe is listening and feeling those vibrations and feeling what you're feeling. And so it's simply attracting to you more of the same, because that it thinks that's what you want. But when you can create the dominating thoughts of wealth and health and wellness and riches and giving and being generous and freedom for your life, when those become your dominating thoughts and feelings, the universe immediately feels the change. It feels the shift, and then it can attract more of the same. It expands and says, "Oh, they want more of this. So I am very willing to obey my law of attraction and my law of sowing and reaping. So here you go. Here's more of what will give you that same feeling and vibration." And then I want to move on to, we were talking about, Dr. Napoleon Hill goes on to start in chapter 3 about faith and belief. And I just want to read a couple of the quotes that I drew out from his book. It says, "Faith is a state of mind which may be induced or created by affirmation or repeated instructions to the subconscious mind through the principle of autosuggestion." Dr. Napoleon Hill is very strong on autosuggestion. And why is that? From my background being having a degree in biblical studies, my mind tends to think about those scriptures that have been ingrained in me. And one of the scriptures was, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." And it's not just the thinking, but it's in the heart. It's in the place of feeling that you're putting out there, and that's who you are. That's who you have become. So, if you don't like where you are, if you don't like who you've become, you can change that. You can change that by autosuggestion to your subconscious of often repeating, making a dominant thought in your mind, and surrounding yourself with inspiring reading. That's why we're going over this Think and Grow Rich book, is because Napoleon Hill is so inspiring to help us succeed and help us dream big and attain our goals. When he studied these 500 different successful people for 25 years, don't you think he gained and gleaned some knowledge and wisdom that these successful men and women were using to grow and be successful. So I encourage you to get this book. I will try to get a free copy on my website shortly. It will be the original, the 1925 edition, I believe, and then he re-edited it and republished it again in, I believe it's 1936, and that still holds the copyright, so I won't be able to give that away, but you can certainly buy it as a Kindle book or on Amazon. My Amazon store is there on my website. But I encourage you to get it because you need these details. I can only review this material. You need it because this is a book you will need to study over and over, year after year after year. Because every time you go through this kind of a book, your circumstances are different. You're at a different place in your life, and you will glean new nuggets for the application of where you are at the time. So let's go on to chapter 3, talking about faith. And we know that autosuggestion and to the subconscious works. There's been enough scientific experiments and studies done on this. We know how the mind works. We know that we have to tell it things over and over again with deep feeling. And soon your subconscious will believe it. And that's where faith comes in. We also know that the experiments that they've done on Olympic athletes, where they hook electrodes up to them while they're performing their activity, while they're running or whatever, and their muscles and their neurological pathways fire in the same order as when they're actually running their event, or when they sit down in a chair and just think about running their event. So your mind, your subconscious mind, doesn't know whether it's real or not because their brains and their muscles fired in the same pattern consistently as it did when they were actually running the event. So that definitely tells us that the subconscious mind doesn't know whether something is real that you're thinking about or whether it's just something you're thinking about and it's not actually in your reality at the time. So the repetition of affirmations of orders to your subconscious mind is the only known method of voluntary development of the emotion of faith. It requires feeling. When you think about something and you add the emotions into it and you get giddy about what you're excited about doing, your dreams and goals and aspirations, and you are meditating and you're thinking about it, you're pondering it, you're mulling it over, and these are your dominating thoughts and feelings, don't forget the feeling part. Matter of fact, not too long ago, I recorded it's a quote that I say, it's my major definite purpose, and when I recorded it the first time, I had a very low tone and not too much emotion in it. I was trying to do it so that it was kind of like a meditation, so that I could listen to it on my phone and sit quietly with it. And then I was listening to my mastermind call, my Think and Grow Rich call that I go on every Monday through Friday morning. And he was talking about, the excitement, the enthusiasm. So I actually took time to re-record my most definite purpose, my major definite purpose, and I put it with an exciting voice. I recorded it, with some passion in my words and emphasis and excitement, so that as I listen to it and it repeats and repeats and repeats, my subconscious is not only getting the words, but I'm adding it, the emotion and the excitement and the enthusiasm. So my vibration level is raising to the point that the universe sees that shift, feels that shift, and is ready to do something for me and bring some of these things into my reality that I desire. Here's another one. Any impulse of thought which is repeatedly passed on to the subconscious mind is finally accepted and acted upon by the subconscious mind, which proceeds to translate that impulse in its physical equivalent by the most practical procedure available. All thoughts which have been emotionalized or given feeling to and mixed with faith begin immediately to translate themselves into their physical equivalent or counterpart. We have to add the emotions. The feelings have to be there. You just can't say affirmations rote, just over and over. I am wonderful. I am successful. I can do this. I can do that. But if we say that with feeling, I am successful. I am making money. I am achieving freedom. I am living in my dream home. I do have my dream job. I love the world. I flow easily with the flow of life. When we can do that, the universe will feel that shift and it will come alive, and it brings with it vitality and life and encouragement, and it will bring those things into your reality that you've only dreamt of. And now that you've created those dominating thoughts and feelings, the universe has permission to obey its laws and bring you and expand your dream, expand your goals. Let's see, what else? I just made a couple of notes here. These thoughts or feelings can be negative or positive, resulting in negative or positive physical equivalent. Think about it. The universe is just listening and feeling what you're saying and feeling. So, just as those who feel doomed to poverty and bad luck or misfortunes have created a negative physical equivalent, so too someone can feel rich, successful, and be always looking for opportunity. Those people will produce the positive equivalent in physical form. So remember, it's your choice. This is your choice. Whether you choose to live a negative life and get negative physical response from the universe in your reality, or a positive. So make your choice. Make yourself start thinking. And the only way you'll be able to do this is write those positive goals down, those affirmations. Say them with feeling at least twice a day, morning, after you get up, and before you go to bed, so that those thoughts can be prevalent in your mind. And when you get those thoughts and feelings of, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous, I'm so anxious because that bill is coming up and I don't have the money in the account, and you just start freaking out, thank your subconscious, because it's there to just protect you. It is there to help you not take risks that might cause you some discomfort. But take the time to thank your thoughts. Thank you for being there. Thank you, subconscious, for doing your job. You're doing a good job. But no thank you. I am going to dwell on, I'm going to meditate, I am going to feel these good thoughts, whatever they may be for you, whatever your goals or desires are. Choose to change your thoughts and feelings so that you can reap the benefit and the harvest and have positive wealth and health and vitality and life into your reality. Let's see. I got one more little statement here that I had written some notes in. Faith and belief are elements which determine the action of your subconscious mind. So, you may need to deceive your subconscious mind into believing you already have your desired outcome. Act in such a way as if you already are in possession of the material thing which you are demanding when you call upon your subconscious mind. Your mind doesn't know if it's real or not at the time, but the more you act in faith and belief as if you already possess that thing, your subconscious mind will create what you desire in physical form. So sometimes we have to, when we say our affirmations or we say our major definite purpose, when we say that with our feelings, our five senses, I mean, feel it, taste it, touch it, what does it smell like? Who's around? All those senses. When you create it in those minute details and you go through and you feel that, your mind will already, your subconscious thinks you already have it. So it's simply going to provide you with that because it needs to bring it into reality. It's just obeying the laws set out by the universe. So I encourage you today. I look forward to hearing any comments. Please share this post, and we will continue with the next section shortly. I encourage you, have a most beautiful day. Change your mind to get what you want. We'll see y'all later. Bye.